Hi everyone, happy new year, happy 2022. I already recorded a new year reading, but it was like woo, a little all over the place. I'll probably still post it, but I thought, I'll come in with some structure first. So I've already pulled out the cards. I haven't turned them over yet. I did turn one over, but not all of them. I turned the first one over and I thought, no, let's wait. So let's find out what this message is. It is for the collective, but you can apply it individually if you feel like that works better for you. But the main theme of the new year, but the main theme of the year, and that's interesting. When do you say but, and when do you hear people say but? Because but can be like an excuse or a minimization of what was previously said. Okay, I don't know. There's something about but, like the word, that you need to pay attention to. Okay, so we got waxing moon here, which I saw. And this is about preserving. And that's the main theme of the year. It's about, well, I heard perseverance, and we are moving into the north node of Taurus. So this is excellent energy here. Taurus does preserve and persevere. Okay, so I'm feeling this as like preserve the connections that are closest to you. You know, any resources that you feel would help bring you security and stability, things that you can preserve. Collect those, have those with you. Security is going to be important this year, a sense of security. Now, security doesn't always come from without. It is a lot about, how you feel within, how you build that inner security. So what is it about yourself, about your own life, about your thoughts and your emotions that you could preserve to give you solid footing into this massive change that we all know we're walking into? Okay. The Chariot. Wow. Yeah. We're going forward. See, we're entering the, well, we all know this, right? We're entering this new time. We're going on a journey. What are we bringing with us on this road trip? What are the essentials? And we should only be bringing things that can be preserved, right? Don't bring things that are perishable. Take that as a metaphor. Perishable relationships, perishable ideas, things that are kind of, well, I heard whimsical, but floaty, like no substance, things that don't hold weight, that don't have substance, that don't have backing. We don't want to take those with us, right? We only want to take the things that we can preserve, that will stand the test of time. Wow. That's the main theme of the year, is that we're going forward. And, this is Athena, some say, right? This is Athena. And she is the goddess of war. All right? So she's going into battle. And she's going into battle with her armor, and also with the shadow and the light, the conscious and the unconscious, the balance between those two, and going forward with confidence. The Chariot card is also can be a card of spiritual containment. Like the Magician is the channeler of spiritual energy, or just energy in general, we could say. And the Chariot kind of contains that energy. So containment of your spiritual energy is a big theme. And it's interesting because this reading feels a lot different than the other one, which was like, let's get it all out. Which there will be a desire to do with Jupiter and Pisces. Okay? But containment is important here a little bit. Like protect your energy, I'm feeling. Which isn't to say don't give to others, of course. But protect yourself. Know your parameters. Have your map ready. Know your path. Yeah. All right. Departing energies from last year. Ooh, what's this? It's kind of hard to see what this is. Is this the 10th house? What is this? Hold on. These are new. Well, they're relatively new cards. I haven't really used them for a public reading. Oh, no, these are the seasons. Of course, there's a season on it. Dirt. Okay, this is the fall. The second half of fall, which stands for reconcile. Wow. Second half of fall. This is the departing energies from last year. So what was going on fall of last year? Well, it was kind of that time where things were imposed, rules were laid down, okay? That's going. Death. Wow. All right. So, and you know, fall can be a second half of fall in particular, can be a time where things definitely are decaying. But I'm thinking about what was going on last fall, and whatever that means to you, could be on a personal level or could be a collective level, that's coming to an end. Now in here it says reconcile. This card means reconcile. We could have a reconciliation of our relationship to death. Okay, that could be here too. But this is more what's ending. Well, I'm really feeling it's like the Pluto energy here. It's a Scorpio card. It's like the ending. It's interesting because Scorpio is moving into the South Node, but it's like the ending of the chaos of the unknown. And no matter how grounded you are, you know, these last few years, there's been an undercurrent of chaos, of course, and it is going to affect your psyche in one way or another. Your ability to plan, okay, to envision the future. There was a real restricting energy, you know, and it affects everyone in different ways. And I'm seeing that going here. That's amazing. That's so cool. Okay, talents you will be expressing this year. Aries, this is the beginning of something. This is that boom, burst of fire, the creation, leading the way. Nine of Swords. For talents you will be expressing this year. Wow. Okay, so we've been in this kind of bubble box, whatever, you know, and it's felt restrictive. It's felt oppressive on some level, you know. And oftentimes when we go through that, well, it really changes things in our psyche, in our mind. There's a whole bunch of things that are going on here. And I feel like once we have a release from that energy, it's like, boom, all of the anxieties that we've felt here leading up to this point can now be expressed in a way that moves us forward. You know, I feel like previously we've had to kind of be alone in our anxieties. There's been a real lack of open dialogue and communication and acceptance and collaboration. And the strongest, most powerful thing, I'm getting this, that humans can do as a collective is agree to disagree. All right? And I'm feeling like the talents that the collective is going to be expressing is that they're going to be realizing that all this time leading up, they're going to have realizations about that in general, but that there's been something brewing, stirring, something unpredictable, okay, that is going to give birth to a beautiful new path. And it's something that is kind of born out of anxiety. Okay? It's like when you have a great painter and the artwork they create is so soul reaching, like it just reaches into your soul. And then you learn the history of that artist and you realize like they went through this really dark time, either like where they lived in their geographical area or maybe in a personal way. But it gave birth to this like amazing artwork that touches the soul and gets you to see things differently or move you in a new direction. And I feel like that's the talent that's going to be expressed. We're going to see a whole bunch of new artwork here, especially with Jupiter and Pisces. New types of artwork. And it's going to come. A lot of it, I feel like, is going to come from an expression of this containing energy that we've had. There's that container. There's something that's been going on these last 2 years, you know, this kind of anxious feeling, the low vibrational feelings that have been happening and energies that have been circulating have been transmuting within us in this container of time and are now going to be expressed outward. I heard I heard revolution, but you know, my guides are just as fantastical as I can be. So, okay, let's see. Future opportunities. Capricorn. Capricorn. With the Two of Swords. This is Saturn energy, but it's also the beginnings. So we have two cardinal cards here. Well, there is an opportunity coming up. Well, it's a crossroads. Are we going to go with the new, even though it might be scary, okay? Even though some dark things are going to come up and out. Dark expressions of artwork, dark things, dark music perhaps. Like, people need to expel that out. All this energy they've been containing, they've been transmuting it. Now, just because we have an expression of something that's dark doesn't mean that it's not of the light. You know, I listen to like metal music, like heavy metal, quite a bit. And I remember my mom asking me, this was recently, maybe last summer, randomly, she was like, why do you listen to metal? Like, what makes a person listen to metal? And then she said something, she's a psychotherapist, a Jungian psychotherapist at that. So she said to me, isn't it like people who listen to metal are like dangerous on some level? Or maybe she heard that somewhere. She wanted to know. I don't know if she's asking if I was dangerous or what. But, you know, I didn't really have an answer for her at the time. I was like, I just like that music. Stop judging me. Like, Mom, you know, it was that kind of energy. But then I was thinking about it, and I was recently actually, and I was thinking, you know, I think I really like metal music because it does deal with the shadow. And I am a person who works with the shadow in my divination practice too. I think it's really important. I'm very much on that path. And so I think there's something about metal music that is very obviously very close to the shadow. And it is scary for a lot of people who don't want to look at the shadow side of the collective and of humanity, of what humans are capable of, or the dark desires people might have. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I got here. I think it's like, you know, we might see an expression, more of an expression of that kind of dark energy or dark music, but it doesn't mean necessarily that that's a perpetuation of dark vibration. It's a transmutation. It's an expression that brings the shadow out for people to work with and integrate. It's actually a gift, in my opinion, okay? For someone to give you something, or for people to give you something that isn't all sunshine and roses, because that's not how life is, not right now. So we should be thankful for those expressions. That's what I'm getting. Okay, and I feel like we have a choice here coming up, the future opportunity to say, yeah, I'm open to that. I'm open to hearing your story. I'm open to looking at my pain, to looking at your pain, to looking at the collective pain, to, you know, figuring out how we got to this point in humanity. What is the shadow side here that's going on? I'm open to that. I'm open to building a new path, beginning from a place of integration, or I can just push the shadow back and say, turn that music off and say, no, I don't like that. I'm not saying you have to like metal. You know, music is a very personal thing, but it's a metaphor here. It's like, are you going to look at it in the face or not? And I feel like and so either you personally or the collective, and the collective's not willing to do that, well, what happens is we actually don't get rid of the shadow. We just go further into it. We just get pushed further into it, into the darkness of not even knowing we're there. So it seems like a big crossroads coming up here. This is really interesting. Okay. Upcoming obstacles. Now this one's missing a card. I don't know, but then we had an extra card here. So I guess this one should go here. So this is spring with the 3 of Wands for upcoming obstacles. I feel like this speaks to what I'm saying. It's that positive vision for the future. Good things are coming. I just made that post on my community tab. Good things are coming. There's no doubt about it. Rainbows, butterflies, beautiful energy. Yeah, it's here. It's coming. It's already here. And there's more of it. And we should welcome that. But don't get lost in an illusion that there isn't dark as well. Don't fold yourself to that. Okay, now I know we make up our own realities. Well, that is something you can think. You know, perception matters quite a bit. But we're moving into a time of like more unity with others. So yeah, you could keep yourself in your spiritual bubble if you want, but that's not going to be sustainable ultimately. And it's not really a place of love and light if you just extricate yourself and isolate yourself in a bubble of love and light, and you know, I don't know, you go live off grid and forget what's happening to the rest of humanity. I mean, you could do that if that's your sole purpose and you're what you're guided to, sure. But most of us, I think, who are around at this time are being guided to work with other people, with a collective. So you have to face what's there and not get all whimsical about things. That's the obstacle. Daydreaming about growth and believing we're at the age of Aquarius before we're even there. You know what I mean? It's like believing that we are all awakened before we're actually awakened. We're not. We're still in the nightmare. Okay, we are. All right. So let's see here. How to deal with these upcoming obstacles. This reading got so messed up. There's like more cards than there are placements. Very strange. How to deal with the upcoming obstacles. Knight of Cups with Venus. But this is like, okay, so I pulled out an extra card, but this is actually the position for the future obstacles. I feel like this is almost the same energy as this here, right? It's like walking into beauty and abundance and love and peace and all of that stuff. Yeah, I feel like that's still the obstacle. Okay, so how to deal with the upcoming obstacle. Leo with the Lovers. Wow. Wow. Leo with the Lovers. Decisions. Decisions, cause and effect. Big time for decisions. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Whatever you decide to do this year, it's like you're choosing a timeline. And I feel like with the Leo card here, well, it really is to be in your, Well, Leo rules the 5th house, right? Leo rules the 5th house. So I feel like 5th house can be about children, can be about play, could be about things you love. And I feel like whatever decisions you make, when dealing with other people are going to have a direct impact into your internal happiness and your internal life. And I also feel like something here with the children. I'm seeing like a lion guide a pride here. So I think the message here is really to stay with the collective energy. To know when to be led and to know when to lead. Yeah. There's something about taking turns here with people who you resonate with. It's like let somebody lead and then follow at times. Oh, yeah, follow at times. And then other times be the leader. But don't ever abandon the pride. You have a choice now. The choice is either to go further within into the shadow, staying unconscious to the world, which if you're watching it, like, and you're still here, I doubt that's what you're doing. But the collective has that choice. Or to really stand up for yourself, protect your pride, have pride in the choices you make. Make sure they're your choices. How to achieve your goals and dreams. And we have the waning moon. Let's see, what does it say here? It says share. Yeah, share. 3 of Pentacles. Work with others. Share. So this is a difficult time, okay? Because I feel like there's going to be a real pull to go in. There's going to be darkness coming out. And then the natural instinct is going to be to like move away from that darkness. Like, I'm just going to lock myself in my house and wait till this is over, you know, or like, I'm just going to stick with this one person I know and not talk to anybody else. I'm going to contain, right? It's like, I don't think that's the way forward now. Now it's to really work with others who are capable of handling what comes out next. The darkness that we see and working to transmute that. And realizing that what's been contained in the darkness is we can go forward no matter what. Yeah. Okay. Let's pull some closing cards from this oracle deck. Just little messages here about what can guide us. That's a lot. About what can two or three. What can guide us coming forward? I invoke laughter. I do good. We'll get one more. Yeah, I feel like this... We're in serious times, right? But you need to, I relate in peace, but you need to find the humor in things too. I create harmony. You know, humor can be a way to persevere. You know, there's lots of documentation about people who were, or people who are locked up, or people who were tortured, or whatever the case is, you know, finding solace with those around them by engaging in comedy and humor and laughter. And that's because laughter, it's not because anything's funny in this situation, it's because laughter raises your soul's vibration. Laughter is music. And when you laugh and you raise your vibration, you expand your consciousness. And no matter what's going on around you, you can feel a sense of peace, knowing that you are doing good, even if it means working with the dark. As long as you're doing it from a place, well, of love, really, and growth, then it's okay. I don't know, there's something here about like, whatever you've been containing in the last 2 years, you need to express it. All right, collective, I love you so much. I'll see you next time.